All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Techie Tip Tuesdays. So today we're going to go over how to build a website, and I'm going to be using the platform Go High Level. And you might be wondering, why would I use Go High Level? I see that question a lot. And so why you would use the platform, honestly, primarily if you already have it. You get everything with that platform, and it includes website hosting, which is really nice. You're not having to pay extra if you already use them for email marketing, social media scheduling, CRM, and all the other hundreds of things that they do. So that can be really nice. If you want, also, you can get a 14-day free trial. So if you like what I'm doing, the link will be in the YouTube comments to sign up if you want to just try it out for 14 days, see if you like it. Also, if you know you just want the email, not the email, the website schedule. So many different things that they do in my head. If you only want the website builder, just message me and I could probably do that for just $20 a month. So just let me know if that's something you're interested in. So today, we're going to be using that platform, and I'm going to be rebuilding a website that I have on another platform, basically because it's going to save me about $200 a year to switch it over to Go High Level. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will dive into all that. Let me show you an example real quick of a website that's built on Go High Level. So I think this looks really nice. I built this a few months ago, and it has cool like animations that you can add. It just looks really clean. It has a whole bunch of different templates for different industries that you're in. So there's a lot to choose from. Basically anything that you'd see on most website builders, it's here. It's also pretty easy to use. It has been a couple months since I built a website in there, so that will be the real test of how much do I remember and how easy is it to use. There are some things that are different from on other platforms. And so I do also try to make videos on things that I find confusing, like that take me a little bit. There's also pop-ups that as people leave, it'll pop up something. So if you're having a promotion or you just want to grab somebody's information, I love that feature. So I was going to show you, this is the website that we're going to be rebuilding. I built this one about 4 years ago, a little over 4 years. And so, yeah, nothing wrong with it. It still works. It's still doing its job. But it would be nice to, avoid that yearly hosting cost because I already have High Level, and then give it, a little refresh. And I do have currently on my Rebecca V&D's channel, I've got a few videos on different things for High Level. I will be moving them over to Clickers to Clients channel because everything plays really well together with digital marketing and my Go High Level videos because it's all really about marketing. So I will be moving that over there just to make it a little easier. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not going to be 100% building out the website today where it's like beautiful and perfect because I want to be respectful of your time. But my hope is at the end of this video, you will be able to build the website yourself. I'll be able to pass this video on to my assistant, have her finish it out. She's never built a website in High Level. So what you want to do is you'll have your sub account. If you have multiple accounts, you'll pick that. Otherwise, it'll probably just be yours. And then you're going to go down to sites. And we're going to do websites. And then let's pick a new website. And he is a photographer, so we're going to go ahead and try and use a template for photographers. So you want to first name the website. So we're just going to do Hillsboro Headshots. And then you'll do from templates, continue. And I think they have potentially, I know definitely hundreds of templates. So you can browse by category. You can actually create your own templates, which is something I've done before too. So if you like something that you've done and you can actually share it with somebody else as a snapshot. There's all kinds of different options within, if you have high level, it's kind of definitely a community and people like to share things with each other. So you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and just search to make it easy for photographer. Photography. And I kind of poked around yesterday and I kind of liked this one here. And with this person that I'm going to be building it for, they also use red in their regular branding. So I kind of liked that we could just go with the red. I think the client will like that. So we're just going to go ahead and continue. And it's all pretty fast how it set it up. It's not probably taking a little bit longer because I'm recording live on Zoom. As I said that, it got slower. Okay. And then I tried also to be organized. I've got a folder with different photos that I can use for this. So you can put your logo up here. It already has a lot of things built in that you can just update, which is really cool. And knowing this now too, I'm pretty sure he'll have a photo for me to replace this big section here. So I'll probably wait to do that and then put something from him there. So yeah, so basically you just take it one section at a time. What's really neat too is if you are redoing a website or if you want to prep to get ready, you really want to have your content already. So this one I already have a ton of copy that I can literally just copy and paste in here. So let's go ahead so we're on the home page. So probably the logo, we could change that first. And in high level, what you do is you'll see this brand logo image area. And if you've built websites before, I found this very confusing. So I'll show you how that works. You're just gonna pop in there and we can upload our image. Let's go to my desktop, my folder. And then I just double click on them and it'll pop that up. And let's see if I can. So I like everything to show on the same line. So I think that looks okay there. And then for the button, and you can change the different colors there. And then this is set to go to an appointment page, which is also interesting. So let's do that real quick. Let's actually cancel. And you always want to save before you do anything. So this will show you how many pages you have. Okay, so we've got a home page, a contact, appointment, a thank you page, link in bio, and empty inner page. Interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back. I just thought the appointment page was interesting. And so we're gonna have to we're gonna start making other pages as well, because it looks like the services doesn't go anywhere. So we're gonna want that. And that's something to think about too when you're building out your website is what services do you offer? And this website has quite a bit of pages. It's got 25 pages to it, but that also includes the blog. That's not something we're going to be setting up today. That would be another video. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just kind of do a simple build out. Something I liked, this one says, is this text here. And then we can set it up to his scheduler, which is really nice. So I will do that probably later. But to do that, just to show you, you'll just go all the way down to the bottom and what you want it to do. So if you want it to be another website URL, which may be like a Calendly link or another scheduler, you'll just put that here and decide if you want it to open a new tab or if you want it to take away from the website. Usually want to go ahead and open in a new tab. All right. And then let's go back. And then maybe I'll just put this here. So his business is Gockenhauer Photography, but I created this landing page, Hillsboro Headshots, to basically be a lead generation machine for him. And it's done really well. So we're just rebuilding it. It's not going anywhere. Um, so we got that done. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of copying, pasting, and then let me show you. So down here, I have the 3 different sections. So basically what we would do is, well, let's do one of these. We're going to change his services with these ones. It looks like this one actually has 4, so I'd probably just delete the 4th one. And then just take out that. I was wondering if I could change that kind of like a pink, but it also looks a little bit cool. So what we'll do is we'll update this information and then the read more once we have other pages built out, and I will show you how to build another page. Let's go ahead and update this. So we'll do headshots and I'll have to think about that subtext. And that's something too we can throw into ChatGPT. Just open that real quick. Would be a good example. So I would just put in your industry and then ask it to create that subtext for us. So I'm just gonna say, let's see what it comes back with. Gives a couple options, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna copy this one here. Throw that in there. And then let's grab another photo. So again, we're gonna go look for this section here for image. And then upload headshots and Let's pick this one. And then with this too, we can adjust it with the sizing. So let's just try something random. That looks pretty good. So you might want to actually adjust these images to all be the same size. So what I've done in the past is in Canva, just create like for Facebook post, something that's more square, but all consistent. And then you can kind of manipulate these images to take up that square. Let me show you another example. I need to think of the URL. Oh, I can't think of it, but I did. It's another one that I built on that platform. But basically that's what I did is just created them to be the same size. And then it's going to be a lot easier. And then you don't have to worry about cropping them or anything like that. So I wonder if we go back, I can just go to auto. I think like for now, this is going to look the best. Okay. And then again, this one is going to link to the page that we don't currently have yet. And then this, let's go ahead and put our photographer's headshot in there, just so it looks more like him. So interesting that it took away that other kind of the cool thing that was there. I think this might actually be the photo. Okay, I think that makes sense. So you can also notice there's an undo button and a redo button. So we can put that like that for now. And then let's see what we have in that area as well. And I want to keep this for the about page. So let's go to ChatGPT and let's say, it used to be okay with my typos too. It knows what I mean. All right, so we're just gonna copy this, put this in here. Be about us. And then this I'm going to put to his scheduler. So we've got that, and we'll build out the other two sections. And then testimonials, those can be fun. So I would just grab these from your Google Business profile. So like we have on here, we could just reuse these ones. So I like what this website builder is. It's called a kind of basically like a drag and drop builder. So you just click in, you can do whatever you want. And there's no coding involved. It's pretty easy. Let's see if this image, I don't have her image right now, but I kind of wanted to see if I could change the photo. how easy that is. Okay, so it looks like you would want just the head of whoever you're using. So let's go, actually I don't have it open anymore, but I actually had her photo. So let's go back. We'll change this to the real people, but for now, I just wanted to show you. Let's see if we can get this to look right. All right, let's try updating that again. So that looks a lot better. And I don't think it has an image, a way to make it round at this time. But there are some different options to do some different things with it. But overall, if you're okay with having them square, it'd be as easy as that. If not, you'd probably want to go into Canva again and actually make it a circle. So just an example of how to change that section there. If you want to have a frequently asked, it's already here for us, which is great. That's super easy. So you just go in if you want to keep this section, which I would recommend. I think people like to see that when they go to websites. Is you just, would update this here. So pretty easy. And then click into the one that you want to edit. That's correct. Let's see. Okay, so looks like you go over here and then you can update the different ones. And then you can add more if you want to as well. So they try to make it as pretty user-friendly. All right. And then let's go ahead and update the logo here as well. It should be pretty easy. And if you have your high-level account set up, you can actually have all these things pre-filled. And I have put in the client's information, so this may already populate, which would be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and view it after we save. And next week we'll be doing the SEO on it. So then you can see what it looks like when I'm done too. All right, so this we need to move up so it doesn't look so off-centered. And then we already have some things completed and it's got this cool background here too. So we may want to also change that to fit the client. So as you can see, it already has a phone number, location, and I didn't put that in. It just knows to grab that. So that's pretty nice. And then as we update the social links, it should automatically do that as well. All right, so, and we need to change the pop-up. And I'll show you where to do that. So in here, pop-up settings. So you can change the image here, just like I've been showing you with this here, and then just have it set up. We do need to create our form, so I will show you how to do that as well. But that's basically all that's involved with that. Let's go ahead and do the About Us real quick. Looks like we don't have an About Us page. Okay, let's go to Contact. So that's just another page we'll need to create, and it's really easy. What I like to do is kind of have a template for the pages that I'm building. See if I can move this. Okay, we need to do spacing. I think this will work. So this platform, I use the padding a lot. So you might find that you do that as well. This is how you kind of position things to move around in the area. But as I was saying, what I like to do with the pages is kind of have a template for what I like it to look like, and then it's easy to copy that over to other pages. So what I would do for the contact us, let's see. So with websites, there's a footer area and that copies to all the pages. And I'm wondering if the frequently asked is part of that. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. Let's see what, there's a page I want to use, empty inner page. See if this is one that would be good for us to copy. That looks just like the home page. Okay, let's see. We may just want a blank page. So add new. All right. So, something that I like to do is, let's see here. So you want a headline as your first text. If this is gonna take too long, I'm gonna go back. Don't need to save anything because, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and just copy the contact page. And you want to clone it to this website. If you had a lot of different websites, you can grab it from other places. If you have a website already and you're creating another website, you can actually clone pages to the other one, which is pretty cool. All right, let's use existing. I'm gonna copy that over. Out. I think this one might have been the one that I changed my mind on. So I think that's what happened there. Let's go ahead and just work on the design part of it. All right, so we got the red on top, and then we're gonna make it add a headline. See if it'll let us do a section. Okay. We're adding a section like that. I want this to go at the top. Okay, there we go. And we can drag that up here, supposedly. Apparently not. Okay, add a row first. And then I just want it to say what the page is. And then, okay, well, let's try. There we go. All right, so this is going to be our About Us. And then basically we're not going to want that. Let's do another one. Then we'll add our row. And I'd like to do, if we're copying this website, it's basically two different sections. So his photo and then text. And then we also have a button. And it's actually done twice. So there's two different rows coming down. So that would also be an easy thing to copy. So we're going to do two columns. And I did that too high. So let's see if we can drag that below that. And then we're going to want a photo or image. And then this one we want text. We'll do a sub headline and then a paragraph. Because for SEO, you only want one H1 tag, which is the main header. And this would be nice to have something bigger. And then you should be able to play too with the different text. So we're not going to spend too much time on the design today, but you can definitely change the text, change the colors, just kind of go in here and play around with the different things. And those might be another thing to find a YouTube video on if you're wanting to add custom text. That might be something to, it's going to be separate from what we're going to go over here. For me right now, it's easy to read. I'll just go with what we have here. And then let's change this photo real quick because that's easy because we already have it uploaded. And then but with website design, it can be time consuming. So that's why we're not going to go over everything today. That's why it's either, if you're building a website, it's an investment of your time. If you're hiring it out, it's going to be, investment of your money. But I just want to show you how things work. So that way it's easy for you to pick it up and kind of go at your own pace. It kind of looks like it's folded too. Oh, it's like medium weight. Let's do normal. And then this, let's see if we can make this a lot bigger. And then like over here, it's all positioned on the left versus in here, it's in the middle. So let's also see if we can fix that. So this is where you would change those things. Okay, so I think that looks better. And be kind of nice to space this out a little bit. I liked on this how it has that little design. So let's see if we can find that. Usually it's called a spacer. And you just kind of get familiar with the different things that it'll let you add in here. Divider, it's probably, there you go. And can see how far you want it to go. We can change the color. Kind of nice to change it to the red since the website has a lot of red to it. And then put it at the left. And now we don't need that big space. So I think that looks a lot better. And then what we could do, so you want to, there's different sections as we've seen, as I've stumbled a little bit. But the whole section that has the two different segments to it, we can actually duplicate or clone that. So I press clone, so now it's twice. So now it's going to be a lot faster if we want to go ahead and add this section here. We could also add a little button there real quick before we go on to the next part. So I was gonna search for a button, but it's already right here. So let's try and add that. And then this one already says contact now. So let's just change this. And then I would put this to the contact page. And then we definitely don't want lime green because that doesn't match any of our branding there. And then also I'll show you here the animations. So you can kind of play around with what it does. So you can click on them, just kind of have fun with it. And that's like when people come to the page, it'll do that little animation. That's kind of cool. And if you don't want any of that, what you could do is, I think there's a clear button on that. And then what's kind of nice is when people hover over it. So kind of like that other website, it does cool stuff. And I like that. And then it lets them know it's a link. I think the wobble is my favorite right now. Okay, so we've got that button. It would be also nice to have more of a spacer. Yeah, I don't think that's there. So I think what we'll do is add some space. So with this margin padding, so let's go ahead and just add some space, and there you go. So above, how to look at this is above whatever you're working on, you're gonna do that if it's to the left, if it's to the right, and if it's underneath. Um, Honestly, I'm not super sure what the padding and the margin difference is. Sometimes I just play around with both of them. But they both seem to work. So I've got that there. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this area here because that is a nice thing to show you how to do. So we've got that is there. And then we're just going to do text because that's all that's there. Let's see if we need to add, oh, just that. And so we should be able to grab this link just right here. That didn't work. Oh, how I intended. Okay. Copy link address. And I actually created a video on adding video in High Level. So hopefully it's not as complicated as it might be since I created a whole video on it. So video, it's right there. And then let's see, it's a YouTube URL. All right, that was pretty easy. And you can make it autoplay if people are scrolling on there. It'll automatically mute it, which I think is nice too. So that way people don't have any surprises. Full width, you can play around with that if you want to. Let's go ahead and just do full. All right, we'll save. Kind of like the idea of just moving this up here. That way it kind of has more of a header section. And then I kind of like a divider right here too. So let's see if we can do that. One column. Then our element's going to be the divider. And I think that looks a lot better. That way it looks more separate. And then if you wanted to as well, you could always add like a background color to this too. Kind of like that. And then if we wanted to, you can make this white to match that. Let's see, just kind of play around. Background. Bold text color. Yeah, so just spend some time, get familiar with it. And then not sure if that should be there or not, but another thing too, if you want to get some more spacing, is you could just add like this section here. It's not going to show anything, but it does show the spacing, which is really nice. And I like this background color on the bottom for the frequently asked questions too. You can see this is going automatically, which is great. So what I'm going to do is when I go in to edit this on the home page, I'll know if it transfers over to the other pages. If it automatically transfers over, that makes sense. If it updates on each page. So I think it's looking good. I don't think this updated. So you just have to kind of play around with it. Let's go ahead and fix this heading section. Okay. All right, so that's how you create a page. And then I also want to show you. So for our menu, what I want to do is services, and then we're going to do pages underneath that. So let's go back to this one. So as you can see, services has a drop down. So that's what I'm wanting to create here too. So this is also known usually as folders. And then under that, you'll have the other pages. And sometimes services are clickable, sometimes they're not. This one's not, and I don't think they need to be. But we want to create headshots and go to a page. And right now we don't have a headshot page, so we'll just leave it at home for now. And then I don't want to open a new tab because they're still on the website, so that should be fine. And then we can drag that under. So it shows up like that, and then we can create more for the other ones. And then as the other pages are created, we will update this so that way it's going to the right page. All right, so I knew this class was going to be longer than usual. All right, so let's see. So we've got that done as far as how the menu should look besides the blog, but again, we're not going to add that today. High level does have that separate from the website. It's built in, it can be built into the website, but it is a different feature that they added later on is the blog. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Something that would be cool too, since it's so many white things, is to actually update the logo to be white. I think that will look really nice. So I think I'll do that as well. But this looks really good. So now it's going to be a lot easier to make sure I save, to copy it to other pages. So that's really nice. So let me show you that real quick. So we're gonna go ahead and go back. So even the contact page, I don't love that one at all. This is the one that we updated. So let's update. We don't want to be confused. We want to have this know what it is. So this is going to be the about. And then this, you always want it to be lowercase and don't take away this thing or it won't work. I learned that the hard way with my first website. So we're gonna leave that little thing and then we're just gonna put about and make sure it's all lowercase. That's also another thing that could potentially cause issues of your website not working. All right, so that looks a lot better. And then I think I'm just gonna delete this. Well, I did like that it had the form, but we could we'll leave this, but I already clicked into it. Let's see. So we do need to create a form. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. But I was just I like how this is organized. So I was gonna kind of copy just what it says over to our other page. Doing the 2-column side by side like this is. Looks like this is actually a third. So it's basically got another one to use as a spacer in between. And I do like that as well. And let me see. Yeah, one thing that this doesn't have that my other platform, Duda, has is you can copy and put it in other pages, and I don't think you can on this one. But that's okay. Okay, so do a form. We're actually going to go back into our sub account, and you'll see forms, and we're going to go to Builder, and let's go and create. And then once you have it, it's really easy to do the same form to different websites for different things. So it already has a basic one. And let's just contact. So that's what we need one for. It already has first name, last name, phone number, email, and it has a good consent thing. And then you'll want to update this to your client's phone number. And I can edit that later, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then the button for this one, let's go ahead and make it a red. Let's see what happens. And then to add new elements, if you wanted, it has their phone number, if you wanted to add their date of birth, full name instead of both, grab their email. We also want like a drop down. Text. Oh, this is just text. Okay. So you can have a drop down or a checkbox. I think I'm gonna have to work on this for a while, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but to show you what I want it to be. So in the contact area, I'm gonna create the same thing. So making sure they have the name, email, phone number, service. So different type of service that they need, the location of where this person, lives or wants work done for them, and then a message. And then it should already have that in there. So yeah, so we're gonna build that, spend more time building that out. And then you can choose to require it or not. If we wanted to make it half like the other one is, we could do that. And then let's add another one. It's probably a way to get them side by side. But again, I don't want to take too much time. And it might be easier to just have these just be 100%. But we want service and then location. For now, we'll do 100. All right. So we're going to build all these out later. So that's the basics, and then options. These are going to be on the locations. We'll do Hillsboro. So you can see what it's going to look like. All right, so see when that's ready. Okay, so this is the like not a robot, hopefully not spam. So you do need to add that. If you want to add terms and conditions, you can. You do need that if you are doing text of any kind of texting. You want to make sure you add that, but we're not right now, so we're okay there. All right, I'm trying to try and finish before 1 hour. Okay, so we've got that. So you do need to make sure it's filled out and how you want it to be. Looks like it does already have privacy policies and things down here. So you would want to update those. Okay, so you do that here. Just to show you, you just highlight it. You should be able to, yeah. Put in where that would go for your link, change the text, those things there. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so we've got our form. Let's go ahead and save. Another thing you want to do is it will not know where to email the information if you don't set up this. So you're going to go ahead and you can say contact form, put in your email, and then it does have some defaults. So if you don't put these in, depending on what it says, and then just read all of this, put in all that. I actually like to do the autoresponder. I think that's pretty cool too, because it'll email them a copy of what they submit. So it's kind of another confirmation that, yes, we got your information. All right. So we have that. We now have a form. We're going to go ahead and go back to our website and put that in before we wrap things up here. Okay, so we now have our form. Let's go, we're into sites, website, and click on what we've been working on. We've got our contact form here, contact page. And even though I'm going to redo this, but just to show you how to make this look better, look more complete, what you're going to be doing. So we're going to click in here, edit. Hopefully this isn't gonna, might not be what I wanted to do. Okay. So I'll have to again play with spacing. See if we can make this wider or maybe not so long. So I might not want to include all of that. We're not texting anybody, so I could probably delete that, have it look a bit cleaner. So it is going to take a little bit more time. But yeah, but I'm excited. I will be able to show you next week, how this cleans up, maybe do another video with how we were able to do some editing. Let's see if we can. That already looks better. But anyway, we don't want too much empty space either. And it would be nice to also include, a little image for the free instant quote thing that kind of entices people to fill that out. So we'll update that. So yeah, it needs a bit of work, but at least you can see what it should look like. And then we'll save and then preview just to make sure. Not sure why it says that. That's we know it's supposed to work. So sometimes it takes a minute just for everything to get caught up, but we have a form here, so it should know we have a form here. But yeah, but then I'll make other videos too if I find anything confusing. That way you can reference it. But yeah, the button, all that looks good. I was hoping. Let's see what it does now. There we go. That just needed a minute. But just with our locations, so people can pick. And I just noticed it also has a color change there. So it's always good to play around with what you've created, test it out, make sure it works. Those are always just good practices. Do a fake sign up for yourself just to know, okay, I got the email, everything's working. Yeah, but that's kind of the basics of a website. You could go as simple as just doing the homepage of something. And when you go to the menu, you could take away all these different buttons and just have a landing page basically, which I created a video on that is actually not a landing page. It's really just a one-page website that could be a lot more simple. So if you don't want to spend all the time building out different pages, you could really just focus on the home page and just have it be the one page. And then as you have more time, you can build these things out, do your form on your home page. It could be as simple as you want it to be. It could be as complicated as you want it to be. But yeah, so, and then to publish it, you do need to link your URL, your domain name. I did do another class on that as well. So you want to, get that set up and connected. I will make another video on that as well. Maybe when I go to connect this and make it live, I can go ahead and film a video and put it up on the Clickers to Clients YouTube channel. But yeah, so that's basically what this is all about. Just kind of change things as you want to, let it, fit your brand, your purpose, your business, and all those things. And I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions and you're not on with me live, definitely just comment on my YouTube channel or send me a message on my website. I'm happy to help. But yeah, I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next week for another episode of Techie Tip Tuesdays.